Welcome to Matazone HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association. We're joined by women's soccer head coach Dave Lombardo for another Coach's Show. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
So we had another weekend of games. We had the 1-0 overtime win against Elon on Friday night.
Yep.
And then we had a 1-1 draw with William & Mary yesterday in the regular season finale.
Yeah.
Talk about those two games.
Well, it was our last home weekend, so I guess we wanted to get as many minutes in as we could, and we extended that an extra half an hour. But, we played Elon twice. Last year was the first time they were in the conference, and this year they're a tough team to play against. They're very competitive. They battle for every ball. They've got a couple players that if you don't respect them, they can get in behind you. They got some pace up top. So it was kind of what I expected. I was hoping it wouldn't go into overtime, but it was kind of what I expected was just a tough battle from them. So we were able to create a lot of chances, but we really didn't get too many that scared the goal from up close. And I think it was a beautiful goal, but we were a bit fortunate. I mean, it was one of those where you serve a ball from 40 yards out, and we get a flick-on header from Allison Bortel. I mean, it was like watching an EPL highlight. I mean, it was a professional caliber goal, but I was hoping that we'd be able to put more things together from the run of play. But right now, we are getting some timely goals. One of our focuses this week will be on getting some goal separation where we're just not having to fight and claw for those one-goal battles with that. But that's what we're expecting out of Elon. And then William & Mary, as I mentioned to you on the field yesterday, we've played them for 26 years. They know us. We know them. There aren't any secrets. It's bragging rights. It's cross-state rivalry, all those things that make college sports really exciting. So a lot of our kids know John Daly as they've come through some of the ODP ranks, and he's been a mainstay with Region 1 ODP. And a lot of our kids looked at William & Mary, and some of their kids looked at JMU. They've played with and against each other with clubs. So it was what I thought it would be as well. And we got a goal against the run of play in the first half, and was hoping to make it stand up, but they're good, and they wore us down.
Sure. Now, yesterday was Senior Day.
Yep.
We had a lot of great success with our seniors this year. Ellen Forrest tied a school record with 8 shutouts. Kelly Kerrigan set a career high with 6 assists this season.
Yep.
Some other great success with Alyssa Zerlo and so on.
Sure.
So, how do you evaluate how the seniors performed in their final year here at JMU?
Well, we have a saying with the team when they come in their freshman years, leave it better than you found it. And when they came here, their freshman year, we weren't very good. We had graduated a big class. I think we were about 500 that year before they got here. Their freshman year, I think, was I think we've only had 2 losing seasons since I've been. Yeah, we were like 7-11 that year, and you don't expect freshmen to turn around a program in their first year, so it becomes part of a process. And then their sophomore year, we finished first in the conference, and then we unfortunately lose in the conference championship. Last year we finished second. We get a bye, and we lose a tough game in the semifinals against a very good Hofstra team. So this year, we're a little bit further down, but in terms of our seeding, but the conference is really up this year. I mean, we have 6 teams. Or inside of the top 80 RPI-wise. I haven't seen the recalculated ones over the weekend, but I'm sure all of those have pretty much gone up for the most part. So being fourth in that it guarantees them an opportunity for a playoff, and now it puts them in a situation to play for a championship. And without their leadership and their drive and determination, a lot of the stuff wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, since that 2012 season where we had a losing record, we've had 3 straight winning years, including this one.
Yep.
In the preseason, we asked you a lot about what are your goals for the year. Now that we've secured a winning season and we're headed to the CAA Tournament, how do you sort of evaluate or determine what is a successful season?
Well, for me, the successful season part of it is, you have relative benchmarks across the season, and one is to have a winning season. The other one really, truly, is to qualify for your conference tournament. Once you get into postseason play, and I consider conference tournament postseason play, that anything can happen. College sports, and particularly soccer, is one of those weird games that anything can happen. PKs can decide a quarterfinal match or a championship match, and so you get that opportunity to extend your play, and that's the promise that we make kids when we recruit them here, is that I think we have been, in 26 years, 24 out of those 26 years, we have gone to some postseason opportunity. So that's what we hope for. And then from there, you hopefully the soccer gods are smiling on you, and you're able to peak at the right time and make a 3-game run to win a conference championship, and then it's an automatic qualifier. So on Monday after that, you're just you're in. You're just waiting to see where you're going or who you're playing. Maybe you get a home game because they've got a lot of early round first game matchups with the NCAA now. But and then from there, anything happens. That's the exciting part of this. It doesn't. There's no conference affiliation that is like, well, they get it, but you don't. If you win it, you win it. And now the other discussion point becomes, we have had a couple of significant results with some fairly high RPI teams. We haven't had any wins, but we've gotten ties against Hofstra, who is low 20s. Yesterday with William & Mary, who is low 30s. And now when we get back to the CAA tournament, Northeastern was in the 40s. So that gives us a chance to really kind of compound our RPI life, and then hopefully, if you win enough of games and you don't win the conference championship, you're on the discussion table for an at-large consideration. So, we're trying to give ourselves 2 swings at this thing and put ourselves in the discussion to play in the NCAA tournament.
The first step in that postseason journey is at home against Northeastern, as you mentioned. We are the 4 seed in that game, and they'll be the 5. We had one game earlier against them this season, which we lost 1-0. How do you see this as sort of a rematch, a grudge match, sort of, against Northeastern coming up this weekend?
Well, I haven't talked yet with our team about it, but we walked off that field feeling like we let one get away. All credit to Northeastern. They did what they needed to do, but we felt that we just didn't really play one of our better games. And if you remember, that was a lightning-delayed game. When we started the game, it was pouring and raining sideways. Ellen lets a goal through her gloves. That is uncharacteristic. That's not going to happen, other than foul weather conditions with that. So I think we get a chance to reset that. But more than anything, when I'll talk with the team this week, is postseason, you have to have a whole different mindset. There's none of this, well, if we lose this game, we get another chance next week to do this. This is about a survive and advance mentality, and trying to make the most of every opportunity as they present themselves. So you play with a little bit more urgency. It's controlled urgency. It's not panic. But you play with a little bit more urgency, and there's got to be, right now, our offense needs to sharpen up. We've only scored, 4 goals in the last 6 games and only won a game. And we've got to get a little bit better. We're creating some good chances. We're just not finishing the ones that we're setting up in there. So I think they'll be ready. I think they'll be excited. We're going to get a couple days off here to rest and let the boo-boos heal a little bit, and then we'll start towards the middle to end of the week, really start gearing it up towards that game.
All right, now that game is scheduled for Sunday. The time is to be announced. Check back on jmusports.com for all the information on that. Coach, we look forward to seeing you out there.
All right, thanks, Nate.